we don't own land as a woman, we don't own. And when you hire, you may not get to up to a large land that you want to use. So when you rent, maybe you rent for 5 years or 3 years. After negotiation, you say, okay, let me go and bring something and apply on the farm so that it can be more fertile for me to farm. After applying, maybe for 1 year you farm, the second year the man may decide to say, leave my farm. Take the remaining of your money. I don't want you here again. I want to work on that land.
I think you would be missing a considerable amount of innovation, creativity, and input when you leave women out. They bring solutions just as men do. They, as Julia said, they are people of merit. So why would you want to leave out half of what humanity has to bring on the table?
The role of Nigerian women. From pre-colonial times to the early 21st century, the role and status of women in Nigeria have continuously evolved. However, the image of a helpless, oppressed, and marginalized group has undermined their proper study, and little recognition has been granted to the various integral functions that Nigerian women have performed throughout history. In the pre-colonial period, women played a major role in socio-economic activities. Division of labor was along gender lines, and women controlled such occupations as food processing, mat weaving, poultry making, and cooking. Moreover, land was communally owned, and women had access to it through their husbands or parents. Although a man was the head of the household in a patrilineal system, older women had control of the labor of younger family members. Women were also central to trade. Among the Yoruba, they were the major figures in long-distance trade, with enormous opportunities for accumulating wealth and acquiring titles. In politics, women were not as docile or powerless as contemporary literature tends to portray them. Beyond the household level, power was generally dominated by men, but in many areas, specific titles were given to women. The Queen Mother, a powerful title among the Edo and Yoruba, could be bestowed upon the king's mother or a free woman of considerable stature. In her own palace, the Queen Mother presided over meetings with subordinate title holders in her support. The most serious threat to the influence and privileges of women occurred during the 20th century, when patriarchy combined with colonial changes to alter gender relations, as male chiefs collaborated with the British colonial administration in collecting taxes and governing. The position of female chiefs declined in importance when the economy became increasingly geared towards the production of cash crops for export. Nigerian men and European firms dominated the distribution of rubber, cocoa, granules, peanuts, and palm oil. Women pushed to the background were forced to shift to the production of subsistence crop. A previous land tenure system that had prevented land alienation gave way to land commercialization, favoring those with access to money gained from the sale of cash crops. Western-style education also favored boys over girls, and thus largely excluded women from many of the new occupations introduced by colonialism. The most powerful agency of change for the modern women has been Nigerian formal education system, from which a large number of allies women have emerged, intelligent, educated, and confident. They can be found in all leading occupations, now challenging many aspects of patriarchy and gradually organizing to ensure the political arena expands sufficiently to accommodate them.